keeps. Rathman might have been in this final lap along with champion Fonty Flock as Fonty roars across the finish line.
The white flag.
Tony Stewart down the front stretch. White flag, last lap. This will be the last lap of the race.
Now you want to run this lap so hard you can't see straight, but you still got to save it. You still got to save a little bit.
He's still got a pretty good cushion, I think, once he gets to 2.
Johnson to second.
Johnson to second here.
2.5 seconds behind.
Can't take the racer out of Carl, though.
These guys are not saving fuel right now.
No, they're not saving fuel. Carl drove right back up under him. That's
Just you and him. It's 6 back to anything else.
That's for second. If Stewart runs out, that would be for the win.
Clear, clear.
Tony in turn 2.
Boy, they're barreling down on him now.
It's a long way from turn 3 to the start-finish line, though. Look at him looking.
Tony Stewart out of the final turn. Made the big move in the offseason.
Here he comes.
To go over to Haas Racing, take over part of the ownership, and Tony Stewart's going to take that team to victory.
31 at Burt Carl.
Here they come, to the outside. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's got him, and Tony cuts off Hamlin.
What's Tony going to do?
You're clear.
And now the question is, Tony's got no help because these guys are running too wide behind him.
Right.
So now it's man on man right now.
I don't think it's gonna get wider here in a minute, I believe.
Here comes Johnson in behind Stewart. Is it enough? Hamlin's high side up there by himself in the 11. First lap led all night by Kyle Busch, and it's the money lap, and it might be all it takes. Now, what does Johnson do to help Stewart?
Doesn't matter. Kyle Busch is going to hog all the racetrack, or he should. He's mirror driving right now.
Tony Stewart trying to get to the bottom.
He may get turned for mirror driving, but he's going to be mirror driving.
Stewart's trying to squeeze in there.
See that hand?
Shoving to the bottom.
See that
He
hand?
just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. No, he turns him. Busch in the wall. Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard.
Lap pass here for the victory. And if it's going to happen, it needs to happen right now. White flag for Tony Stewart, and there's the interval back between Stewart and Ambrose.
Well, it's all about the fuel now. There's not going to be a pass unless something happens as far as the fuel goes. Okay. It's gut check time right now. You got to think even both of them are thinking about saving. Just try to feather foot it up through here because the only thing that's going to lose it for him is running out of fuel. Yeah, but if you're the 47, you don't want to lose contact with him in case that happens coming out of the last corner. Yeah. You want to be able to have that opportunity.
The top 6 cars are very, very close on fuel. Got to be wondering if they can make it another half a lap. Tony Stewart trying to make it and win the race. Marcus Ambrose trying to make it and finish second, or maybe hope Tony Stewart doesn't.
Looks like they're going to make it. This is going to be the critical corner here.
The one car, Martin Truex, we are told, slowing over in the back of the course. He may be out of fuel.
Great run by Tony Stewart today, though. Showed why he's so good.
Coming out of turn 11, it will be official. Tony Stewart wins at Watkins Glen. But has not had a top 5 since his win at Watkins Glen. Now Tony is 1 lap away from getting his 4th win of the year. That's the margin, 0.6 of a second. Tony Stewart trying to hold off Jeff Gordon. 2 turns away for Tony Stewart, the 38-year-old 2-time champion, coming out of turn 4. And Tony Stewart will win it at Kansas Speedway.
Another guy that's got a
flag this time.
big night. Carl Edwards coming home in second if he stays right there. And Jimmy Johnson looks like the Jimmy Johnson of old, guys.
Yeah, and he's been running some of the fastest. If they've been the fastest car the last 5 or 6 laps. So they have really got their program going in the right direction at the right time.
For Tony Stewart, his last win was Kansas back in October of 2009. It's been 31 starts since he has tasted the champagne in victory lane. But here he comes.
Ring the bell, baby. Woo! Nice
flag is out. Tony Stewart looking to pick up another win and make a statement that he's going to be a contender. And Clint Boyer underneath the 48. Coming out of turn number 2. Can Boyer clear him? Boyer's got second. Now Jimmy goes to the high side. Boyer comes down, opens the door. Johnson's got to run.
Jimmy's going to have the momentum right here.
Coming out of turn number 4. For the first time in his career, Tony Stewart is going to win here at Auto Club Speedway. The battle's going to be for second. Stewart takes the checkered flag. Who gets second?
His championship with a breakthrough win. There are cars on the apron running out of fuel as Stewart takes the white flag. It was Kyle Busch, Andy referenced a second ago, on the apron out of fuel. Half a lap to go.
Now Gordon's out of fuel.
All clear. Keep coming.
You'll see Gordon there. Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, all slowing out of gas. Tony Stewart, the fuel holds up. Tony Stewart opens the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup with his first win of the season. 1 lap to go.
Looks like Brad Keselowski took second away from Greg Biffle.
Final lap in New Hampshire. Watching Tony Stewart to see if he's got enough fuel to make it. The advantage he has, he's up 7 seconds on Keselowski now as other people begin to fade.
Take a deep breath. I got this.
Sounds like he's got plenty of fuel.
So if he was stalking him, he knew just what he was doing. 2 wins in a row to start the chase.
Way to go.
Tony Stewart wins at
Logano into the wall.
Car in the wall, turn 3.
White flag's out, though.
Logano still driving around. We are on the last lap. Stewart, Johnson, Gordon. Will there be a bump and run? He's going to try it. Johnson gets there, but not enough. Tony Stewart wins at Martinsville. Away from victory.
White flag here. White flag. Bring it home.
Stewart started this championship with a win at Chicagoland, backed it up the next week with a win at New Hampshire, then had the terrible race at Dover where he finished 25th. Not all that impressive at Kansas, 15th, but then 8th at Charlotte, 7th at Talladega, the winner at Martinsville last week, and a dominator today. He'll gain ground, not a ton, as Carl Edwards is going to finish second. But with his 4th win in 8 tries in his bid for the championship, Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag at Texas.
Tony Stewart.
White flag here. White flag. Bring it home.
Final lap. Stewart and Edwards, 1st and 2nd. Winner takes the championship.
It's just the most incredible run I've ever seen out of a race car driver, what Tony Stewart has done in this chase and tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the best driving I've ever seen, and Carl Edwards did an incredible job too, but this is the man right here, Tony Stewart.
2002, he was the champion. 2005, he was the champion, those driving for someone else. This time, he's an owner driver, and he's going to become a 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. Tony Stewart wins it.
So we got it. We got it. We got the tiebreaker, baby. Awesome job. There it.
He needed it too. Tony's car's just a little bit better. It's just good enough. You're not going to pass him.
White flag. Jimmy Johnson won here on a last lap pass in 2006, but he trails Stewart by 3 car lengths out of 2.
Yeah, that 14 is just too strong up off the bottom of the corner. Jimmy tried everything he could, but 14 is just stout.
Turn 4, final time. Johnson arcs high, brings it down low. The defending Sprint Cup champion Tony Stewart makes it a smoke show in Vegas and wins the Cobalt Tools 400.
Down the Hollywood Hotel and racing from Fontana. It's an impressive leaderboard. Tony Stewart taking the lead at lap 85, and Tony Stewart officially the winner. Red flag rain, a rain-shortened, first ever rain-shortened race here at the Auto Club Speedway, but the 2nd win this season already for Tony Stewart in just 5 races.
And what it was last year. Coming down through the tri-oval.
Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end it, whether it's the caution or the checker. Side by side with a lap to go at Daytona.
And these guys are going to run. They're going to be leaning on each other going down the backstretch.
Oh my God!
We got somebody sideways. Wow, Burton did an unbelievable job saving that race car.
Amazing save by Jeff Burton.
Now we got the 14 out there all by himself, but he got a big push to get away from those guys.
Tony Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth. And Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be. They're
stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
For the final time. Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow Smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
We'll take that.
Great finish.
From 42nd.
At Dover, Delaware.
I tell you, he drove that thing up all 4, even though it was sideways. And don't look now, that 18 car slipping in the picture might get around Jeff Gordon if he's not careful.
Tony Stewart will come up on Timmy Hill in the back straightaway, looking for his 48th career win. Hill stays high, and the driver who started the weekend saying this is our worst track is going to victory lane in Dover. Tony Stewart wins the FedEx 400 benefiting.
This lap is where it could happen. Off 11, coming to the
flag this time, white flag.
And the white flag waves. 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Well, this is the closest Hamlin's been in a few laps.
I tell you, I think Hamlin's he's going to pounce. If he's got anything, Tony better not do what he did in the 7 this time or he's in trouble.
Try to dive you down here.
They're working him.
Not close enough.
Nope. Tony's right where he needs to be, man.
See if he can make a gain. It's all about getting off of this corner. He gets in there. Oh, he missed it a little bit.
We're about to. Be ready for the dive.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's wheel hopping. He's going to hit him.
Hamlin is there.
He hit him.
Hey, got him. Oh, no.
It's not over.
Get him back.
Denny got in there and wheel hopped. I don't think he meant for that to happen, but then he made contact with Tony. I think Tony was also pretty loose getting in there.
Well, that was what happened to Tony lap before, you know, when he got loose into 7 and that allowed Hamlin to close up.
Hey, this thing's not over, guys. Watch what happens into turn 11 in this heavy braking zone.
2 more corners. Hamlin trying to pull away.
Close enough.
I think Tony used up his stuff. I mean, we knew he was having, you know, issues
Here we go.
With the car.
Stewart inside. He is there. He gets Hamlin. They hit. And Stewart comes off turn 11. Look at that. And he's coming to the flag.
How did that
Tony Stewart wins.
How did that happen? Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, man. How does that feel, buddy? Still a champion, buddy. Yeah, I'll take that.
All clear, all clear, all clear. And the white flag wave, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
All clear, man. All clear. All clear. Race is official. Bring this thing home. Playoff first, a Busch Clash entry, and an all-star race, Hollow.
Tick-tock, grandfather clock. Clint Boyer wins Martinsville.
Woohoo! Yeah, buddy, yeah! All right, all right.
And they've called it. Clint Boyer and Mother Nature win Michigan.
Yeah, baby. Mike Bugger Ravage, he's excited. That's their 2nd win this year, guys.
Looking outside Chastain. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
That's a pretty comfortable rear view mirror, or digital rear view mirror, looking out the back for Chase Briscoe. He's got plenty of room. He doesn't need to overdrive it. He can be smart. Bring it home.
Into turn 3 for the final time. Driving for his boyhood idol, Tony Stewart, Chase Briscoe becomes the 200th winner in the history of the NASCAR Cup Series. And Austin Dillon is against the